My name is Hutenberger and this is how I play live. So what you see here is my live setup. This is one box where I have put all my live equipment in. And the central unit is the Elektron Octatrack, where I have put all the sounds from the tracks I have produced inside. So I play only 100% my own tracks, which I produced, and can set them together live in a very different way. So for example, when I tune in, let's say the kick drum sounds like this. Snare. And besides the samples I'm playing, I also have a synthesizer section here with the Korg Electribe and the Volca keys, where I can play additional melodies on top and tweak the sound right away. So this is coming from the Electribe now. So you see, what I can do is that I put together my own tracks very live in a whole new fashion, in a whole new way. I can also play additional melodies on top which aren't in the original track. So the people in the club, they don't hear the original track, they hear a very specific version which is just for this one moment. So from the technical side, we have the Octatrack as the central unit. The Octatrack is, for those who don't know, I would say it can do pretty much everything that Ableton Live can do. I chose to use the Octatrack instead of a laptop because I think it's nicer to have everything in one box, and also nicer not to stick to the screen all the time, so that you hear more with your ears than you do with your eyes. This was a very important thing for me when I chose how to pick up the live set together. As the Octatrack only has a few knobs, I also decided to use a second controller with 8 faders and 8x3 potentiometers, which is also controlling the Octatrack, so that I can do the mixing of the individual tracks just with a tap of a finger here, very spontaneously, instead of going into a submenu here. This controller is also connected via a Raspberry Pi to this Octatrack, because the Octatrack needs this kind of cable and the other controller just has a regular USB cable. So I need the Raspberry Pi as a translator, and I programmed it so that it translates the Midi data. This is the Korg Electribe. This is almost a retro synth. It's about 8 or 10 years old now. I use it just as a synthesizer. It still sounds very warm thanks to the tubes here. And so I can pre-program the sound according to the track, so that I have the right track with the right sound here. This is the Korg Volca with an additional distortion pedal just for some random madness that when I feel so that I'm missing a tone, then I can just put here and give some additional madness to the sound. Everything is summed up in the Octatrack, so it's also like the mixing console. The whole signal goes through the Korg Kaoss Pad, which I use as a very versatile effects processor, so that when I only have a mixer which doesn't have any effects, like RLNC 92, which is a nice mixer but doesn't have the effects, then I can add some effects here with the Kaoss Pad. The whole sum is going through this all analog compressor. So because I don't have a mastering here, I use a compressor so that it can go as close as possible to the original track as I produced it in the studio. So you see the live set it gives me the ability to play my own tracks in a very new fashion, in a new manner, so that also people who are going to the club and they know my tracks, they hear the track, they recognize the track, but I add new elements, I add a new structure, so that those people who already know it, they have a new experience of the track. My name is Hutenberger, and this is how I play live.